Well, yeah. Feel the rhythm as the night gets tight. Ride the vibe under flashing lights. The beat is calling, so jump on board. The groove train's rolling, can't be ignored. All aboard the groove train tonight. Destination's groove, it feels so right. Track to the rhythm, let your heart ignite. We're chasing dreams under neon light. Ooh, this train's got soul, rolling smooth and strong. Hear the whistle blow with a funky song. No ticket needed, the fare is free. Just bring your vibe and your energy. All aboard the groove train tonight. Destination's groove, it feels so right. Track to the rhythm, let your heart ignite. We're chasing dreams under neon light. Ooh, this train's got soul, rolling smooth and strong. Hear the whistle blow with a funky song. No ticket needed, the fare is free. Just bring your vibe and your energy. Engine humming like a bassline flow, wheels spinning fast wherever we go. Fueled by the funk, don't you let it fade. Live in this groove, in the life we made. Tunnel ahead, but we've lost the fear. Together we vibe, the path is clear. Every stop we make leaves sparks behind. We stake our claim on this groove this time.
Tickets, please. All aboard the Groove Train.
Well, yeah. Feel the rhythm as the night gets tight. Ride the vibe under flashing lights. The beat is calling, so jump on board. The groove train's rolling, can't be ignored. All aboard the groove train tonight. Destination's groove, it feels so right. Track to the rhythm, let your heart ignite. We're chasing dreams under neon light. Ooh, this train's got soul, rolling smooth and strong. Hear the whistle blow with a funky song. No ticket needed, the fare is free. Just bring your vibe and your energy. All aboard the groove train tonight. Destination's groove, it feels so right. Track to the rhythm, let your heart ignite. We're chasing dreams under neon light. Ooh, this train's got soul, rolling smooth and strong. Hear the whistle blow with a funky song. No ticket needed, the fare is free. Just bring your vibe and your energy. Engine humming like a bassline flow, wheels spinning fast wherever we go. Fueled by the funk, don't you let it fade. Live in this groove, in the life we made. Tunnel ahead, but we've lost the fear. Together we vibe, the path is clear. Every stop we make leaves sparks behind. We stake our claim on this groove this time.
standing on the platform. Destination unknown. Only one way to get there. All aboard the Groove Train.
This time.
What is up, everybody? All aboard the amazing Groove Train with my awesome friends. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Kim Cooper and DC Sweets, and Cassandra, I'm sure, is right next to you. Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for coming in. Welcome to the Friday evening fun. We're going to be talking about some home remedies. What is up? What is up? Thanks for coming in. Home remedies that we can have on hand for all of the ailments that we typically run to, like ibuprofen to, or whatever else, Aleve, or, Zyrtec for allergies, or, all those pharmaceuticals that we try and stay away from because the warning labels are far more dangerous than we like to think. But anyways, let me bring in the amazing joint hosts, Sir Steve-O.
Hey,
What is up, my friend? And, of course,
Good.
Master Rochi and Mama Rochi. Now we can all say hi together. How y'all feeling?
All doing well, doing well. How's everybody tonight?
Everybody's
You guys doing well? Right on. And actually, you are right. You know what? What we're talking about tonight is we're talking about stuff that most people have sitting in their kitchen right now. If you open up your spice cabinet or something, you should be able to find a lot of the items that we're talking about this evening.
Absolutely.
So I think this is going to be an interesting show.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
It's not like, we all don't follow Ashley, and it's not like we all don't get our weekly dose on the Daily Sesh every week, but at the same time, there are so many things that are available in your own kitchen that you may not know at all could help you as well.
That's right.
One of the things that my wife and I literally just started today was a baking soda shot, where you use actual sodium bicarbonate, not Arm & Hammer that has a bunch of other junk in it and everything else, but actual, I think it's called Red Bills, and we got it. It's pure processed from the earth, sodium bicarbonate, and you start off. You take 3 shots a day for the first 3 days, and then you do 2 a day for 2 more days, and then you go to 1 a week, or you can do it sooner if you start to feel it. I didn't know that baking soda you can take it internally as a shot like that. I thought it was just for cakes and cookies and all that kind of stuff,
It's funny.
And
it
oxygenates the blood, and
I use it in my homemade toothpaste as well. It's a natural teeth whitener.
Yeah,
Baking soda is also one of those things that you can use when you're trying to naturally pH your soil.
And also it is great for heartburn and stomach upset.
Absolutely.
So it's
Interesting. I didn't know that.
it's like a big Alka-Seltzer.
There you go.
Is what it is in a way.
in fact, I used baking soda for years instead of Alka-Seltzer or Tums.
Yeah,
Just a spoonful of baking
I did
soda.
not know.
Drink it down.
Yep, just stir it into a juice glass size of water and shoot it right down.
Nice.
let
What's
her
up,
rip.
Margaret?
Now, if you're looking for something with good taste in it, squeeze a little lemon in it, maybe squeeze
There
a
you
little lemon in it or something. But other than that, just take it straight. It's not going to taste great, but it's not going to taste horrible either.
Chug,
It was kind of like I was like, "Ooh, that's a little grainy. Next time I'll make sure that I, stir it up better." But other than that, and it was fine today. I felt fine. I really,
My mom
I did.
brushed her teeth with baking soda for her whole life.
Yeah.
Her whole life.
Yeah, when growing up, if we ran out of toothpaste, that's what you did is you got the baking soda and put it on the toothbrush. And I used those toothpaste as a kid a few times.
Yeah, right.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, my point was that you definitely teach us this stuff all the time, and
Try.
I figure you're going to have a lot of good stuff. When I was looking up some remedies, I was surprised. I really didn't think of it, but then it all kind of started to make sense. So I had a question for you, Ashley. When you started with your journey down herbalism and things of that sort, down that road, was it more like, once you started to learn about things, like say finding out that honey is good for all these things, other things just started to make sense to you that it would work?
Yeah, like I think it kind of clicked.
Or did you get a book or everything, all that?
Right. Yeah. So, gosh, I'm trying to think. Honestly, I think cannabis played. That's the very first plant that I think played a huge role in opening my mind to other plants. And because I mean, obviously, I grew up trained it was bad. So again, in my head, what else are they lying to me about? So, and then of course, wanting to learn about how to help my allergies, a natural way to help my depression, because those are huge things, and asthma that I've always struggled with health wise. And stinging nettle again was one of the first herbs, and just I think my own experiences really truly helping me and finding natural ways to help my allergies. And again, the depression medicine really fucked me up, honestly. And finding herbs that help with that naturally, like lemon balm tea, even kava tea, just natural stress relievers, So just my own experiences and successes. I've never had success like I do with plants, with pharmaceuticals. It's always just caused more problems, and I'm annoyed with it. So I went on kind of a mission, and then of course having kids changes your life, so you want to do what's best for them, and it kind of spurred me on even more.
So I made a list of the best 5 books
Perfect
for natural and herbal medicine, and they are as follows: The Forgotten Home Apothecary.
Got it.
The Healing Garden. We don't have the Natural Home Apothecary.
We don't?
Nope. The Healing Garden is another good book. The Herbal Medicine Maker's Handbook is a good one. The Modern Herbal Dispensatory. Dispensatory and Making Plant Medicine. And these are 5 really good books.
Well, hold on, because I heard of one of them. I'll be right back.
But these are the rated the best 5 best best books for herbal medicine over
It's not anything that you listed, but this one's the one that I always like learning from. The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. She has a second one too. Actually, I think another cool one too. But they're great. And it's easy because they have great pictures, and they have even recipes on how to make tinctures and stuff. And
I've got one, Women's Health Home Remedies. I've got that one too. That's my personal collection.
I love really detailed ones, and really good pictures. Like, I don't want no black and white pictures. Like, people need to know what they look like.
Right. He went to go find his book that he's been reading.
These just deal with natural remedies.
Oh, these are just natural remedies. Yeah. Look, he brought a stack of books in here.
These are just natural remedies. But the Backyard Pharmacy.
That's a good one.
The Women's Herbal Apothecary.
That's the one I was talking about.
Pain Erasers. Wild and Weedy Apothecary.
That's a good one too.
The Herbal Apothecary.
Yeah, that one's on my list.
And the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies.
Yeah, see, Ashley said she had
one of my faves. Yeah. Oh yes.
I'm the only one without the book then. Okay. Well, that's not good.
Hey, it's never too late.
I
have a library.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of other herb books, but it gets into mystical herbs, magical herbs, hallucinatory herbs, the Garden of the Gods or Plant of the Gods. That's all.
Yes.
Books are a great resource, and honestly, the physical book is so much better than anything you get online. And I know that sounds old school, but It is
No, it really
handy
doesn't.
to have.
Because if you're in nature, sometimes you don't always have service, but you can bring a book.
Exactly. And, a lot of the stuff, if you're working, it's easier to have a book open to read than trying to squint down and read your phone and stuff. So,
Right.
a lot of times if you want to refer back to something while you're, putting all this together, it's like a cookbook. You can have it opened and refer back to it easily. That's why I dig books.
I
Yeah,
actually go ahead.
I dig
Steve.
books too.
you can make notes too in the book.
Absolutely. You make notes in the margins. But all of these books are readily available. Oh, look at what do you have there, Ashley?
Freshly made allergy medicine, stinging nettle tincture in the making. I just picked all my, well, not all of it, but a lot of stinging nettle.
Oh, right on. Right on.
Yeah.
Do you know, Ashley? I'm going to ask you if you don't know. This will be a wonderful tip. Do you know the natural remedy to stop stinging nettles if you get into them?
Stinging nettles.
No, it's there's a plant called jewel weed.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
grows.
Same with
right
poison
next
ivy.
to. Yeah, and so if you get into stinging nettles or stuff like that, grab some jewel weed, make a poultice, and rub it down. Poultice.
Yeah, same with poison ivy. It's always next to poison ivy, never fails, and it helps with that itch as well.
Poison
I also,
ivy, stinging nettles, but jewel weed is wonderful. I put it right up there, kind of with aloe vera, in a way.
I have a list.
Oh, you have a list.
I have a list. You guys want to hear it?
Dandelion tincture too.
Here's a picture of that book.
Oh yes, man, that looks a lot better than mine. Mine's all worn in and loved.
Yeah, Kim, that's hers.
Hold on, look at
Kim
that purple lighter up there too.
Master Rochi.
Oh, nice. Guys, look at mine. Your guys' look so nice.
Yours is beat the shit.
We take care of
Very
our
well
stuff, Ashley.
Mine
We
has
treat
a
our
lot of
things
journeys.
with care.
So I have a
Yeah, I'll just
list
order a
of
new one.
45.
See, this younger generation, they
I
just don't know how to
they
take
don't know
care
how
of
to take
stuff.
care of things. So I have a list of 35 favorite natural remedies for different things.
Well, hold on. Let's not go through that whole list because I think we all have a few things.
I know. I was going to wait, but I have a list, and I was commenting on her tincture.
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
So now I'm not going to read the list, but I wanted to tell you that for allergies, stinging nettles, her stinging nettle tincture is on here, as well as, along with that, natural honey.
Right.
Yes. Local natural honey.
Local natural honey. That's right. You want it from your region.
And what's that? About 120 miles, I think they say. 150 miles of your house.
Yeah,
How
they
you
cover
doing?
so you have natural protection against the flowers and what pollen in your area.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Now you're
Because
You're a great mama.
instead of sitting away from me. All right, Ashley, please tell us about this miniature.
tincture, the dandelion tincture. I wanted to make that as a natural detoxifier, and it's also really good for your liver and gallbladder. Also anti-inflammatory, of course. And there's so many damn recipes for making like cookies and cakes and things with dandelions, and even dandelion honey.
Dandelion honey?
But yeah.
So the bees feed off the dandelions? Is that the way it
Well, no, like infused is what I was saying. Like
infused.
recipes. But yeah, I mean they do that too naturally, right? But
Right.
yeah, no, it's really great. Really high in antioxidants, so it's obviously a natural protectant against cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So I really, really like dandelion. It's a pretty potent herb. You can even add the greens to your salads.
No,
The dandelion button great fried.
It's pretty bitter though, so like I wouldn't have like a whole salad of it, but
yeah,
it's not.
No, it's nice it's more like a mixed green salad. It would go real well with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So You can literally take a yellow dandelion out of your yard and
Pop it in your mouth and
rinse
eat
it
it.
off, or pop it in your mouth, whatever, and
Yeah.
you can eat
It's
it.
not bad. I'm not a huge fan of just eating flowers like that, but if you are, I mean, it's not going to do you any harm.
You better have your toothbrush handy, I would guess.
Right. Yellow
Yeah.
teeth after that.
That sounds interesting.
My suggestion is don't go for the great big dandelion blooms. If you're going to eat them raw like that, go for the small, fresh
the puff
ones.
flowers.
Yeah, because if not, it's like chewing shoe leather if you get some of the older ones, and the taste isn't very pleasant.
Wow, damn! I never would have thought to do that. I never would have thought. Never would have thought dandelions being such an invasive weed that we always try to get rid
so
of.
Good for you. Right?
Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that when we should be growing it in our yards and just let it flourish? They're pretty anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wonder when it died down. You know, because all these plants were always so well loved back in the day.
Right.
And then Big Farm came through. Like, I wonder what stopped people from teaching that to their kids.
The manicured lawn.
Yeah, when everybody started moving to the suburbs, they wanted to have their lawns looking more like a golf course.
Yeah,
you're right, and that's when it was a culture shift, and that was after World War II. During World War II, everybody grew victory gardens because of the ration. So gardening was an everyday thing for any family that had an area to plant in. And then after that, when we started moving into the suburbs, all of a sudden, things changed. And now, yes, we want a putting green in front of our house.
Yeah.
Boring.
So Kim says that local honey is 100 miles. Okay.
Okay.
Dandelion root is good for skin as well. I didn't know that. Now, what do you do with that? Do you make a balm out of it, or just rub it right on your skin?
You could probably make a balm with anything, but I would recommend infusing whatever you're going to use for the balm, only because unless you want plant particles all over you.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, she's saying the root itself.
But yeah, dandelion tea, root tea, even any of that.
Yeah, dandelion tea. Sweeten it with honey. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Lily, what are you doing?
So,
Playing with Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty smacking her in the face. Okay, that's enough of you two. Lily.
Yeah, I wonder if that reminds me, though. I wonder some of these natural remedies may be good for our pets, too, but we probably have to be super effing careful about what we give our pets, especially essential oils and things of that sort. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, tea tree root is very toxic for dogs.
Very toxic. And cats.
And lilies.
Lilies are also toxic.
Yeah, lilies, the pollen is toxic.
To
Most
cats?
I think pets or animals naturally know what's dangerous for them because for the longest time I had lilies. I didn't know they were toxic. And I mean, I don't have them anymore, obviously, but like, I'm glad they didn't eat them.
Oh, yeah.
That's scary as hell. I think they know.
Eat them.
Right.
With the lilies, it's the pollen. And you'll start seeing now at Home Depot and these bigger box stores, and I think Walmart
started putting up
are putting up signs of the plants that are toxic to pets, so you don't end up planting those in your yard.
Right.
So I commend them for doing that. That is that's actually being responsible.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I know that. I know that one of the best things for pain and inflammation is turmeric. Mm-hmm. Now, can I grow that? Can I grow that, Ashley?
Yeah, it's a root. Yeah, it's kind of like a ginger root.
Okay.
But I'd always say pair it with black pepper because that always makes it like, I think like up to 2,000 times more absorbable into the body. So we
Absolutely.
better at getting that inflammation down.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it's great. There's like a
So-
smoothie recipe that I make that has turmeric in it, and you wouldn't think that it would be good, but holy shit, it's good.
Yeah, because it's the curcumin that's in the turmeric.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
so good for you.
Yeah, and then the piperine, I think is how you say it, and the pepper is what specifically makes it like active extra in the body.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
And doesn't peppercorn make things that aren't like easily absorbable, more absorbable to the skin?
I love black pepper, and it was once called the king of spices.
It was.
And it doesn't do a whole lot by itself, but when you start using it in combination with these other spices, that's what pepper shines. It really enhances the effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more spices, the better when you're cooking because they all have so much healing properties.
Yeah. I know my
Right.
grandma used to make an oil cream out of coconut oil that she used to use chili peppers for. And and now I come to find out when researching that today that it's the capsaicin that's in the chili peppers, and she used to rub it on her elbows and her feet and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's one of the spices that I want to talk about tonight is cayenne pepper. It has all kinds of some amazing uses. But hold on, we have another list coming.
I have a list.
Another one.
I always have lists.
35.
No, this is the 10 best common spices that have been used all the way back into the Greek Roman times. These are the ones that the Greek Romans suggested that you always keep.
All right.
Turmeric, ginger, cumin, peppermint, echinacea, cinnamon, chili powder, parsley, oregano, and cardamom.
Cardamom. That's the one I haven't heard of on that list.
I usually add it sometimes, like a little sprinkle into like pumpkin pies or sometimes. Something sweet, like,
it's not. I don't know. It's similar to taste-wise to nutmeg a little bit. Would you?
I'll look it up real quick.
much of it. You don't need much at all to taste it.
No, but it has a unique flavor and spice to it. But I think it's along the line. I'm guessing along the lines of nutmeg and allspice and kind of in those categories.
Here's what it says. Cardamom is a spice derived from the dried seeds of plants in the ginger family, prized for its unique flavor and aroma.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So ginger,
nutmeg.
Yeah.
It adds a sweet, floral, and citrusy note to both sweet and savory dishes. Cardamom.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Cardamom.
That's
I don't know.
Cardamom.
Cardamom.
Sorry to pronounce it cardamom, but that's the way I was always taught that it was pronounced.
That's how I always say it, just to remember how to spell it.
And cardamom is a good source of antioxidants and may offer various health benefits, including digestive health and reducing inflammation as well.
One thing that's in common with all of these plants is the antioxidants.
Yes.
And that's what we need, y'all, to protect ourselves.
I think a lot of the natural remedies, a lot of the natural herbs that we use all have some sort of anti-inflammatory.
It seems that way.
That's why I always say the more plants, the better, the less pain you're in.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Well, this also comes back to cooking naturally. Home cooking. Step away from all the processed fast food.
Absolutely.
And when you cook at home and you actually use these dried or fresh herbs, that's where you're getting all the benefits from. And, this again could be part of the reason that we're having, seeing an uptick in illness and all, in the past couple of generations is because people aren't eating home cooked meals anymore. And they're bringing in more toxins and medicine because a lot of this stuff that when we cook with it, it's also acts as preventative.
Yeah.
So, we're building up our system and, taking some preventative care in the food that we eat.
So, Steve-O, you and Kelly are doing the baking soda shots of a morning. You should also look into doing a Celtic salt shot of a morning. Yeah. Even with a bad heart, the Celtic salt has so many healing properties for our body as far as weight loss, as far as any of those things that you're looking to do. Celtic salt is another one that's really, really a good idea to get on a regimen of.
Well, salt is needed for your body to absorb water. And I learned that from football because whenever we would have kids that were, having a hard time, with practice, that's why Gatorade has so much sodium in it, and things of that sort. So, they kind of taught us some of that stuff. And I agree with that. I thought about doing the salt water thing.
Like a little sprinkle in it. I use Celtic sea salt.
That's all you need. It's just a little sprinkle in your water, and it's supposed to hydrate you way better than just drinking the water by itself.
Yeah.
Right. They recommend using the Celtic sea salt, though. Yeah.
Yeah, the Celtic because it's the cleanest, most natural. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What, Master?
I want to shout out, tell everybody what I'm digging on tonight, so you guys can dig on it too. This is Don't Worry, Be Happy.
That's the one I like.
And you know what? I know what you're thinking. It's not. This is Ashley's blend. Her herbal smoke blend. Don't worry, be happy. I tell you what, I love all of Ashley's stuff. We got a package, and I'm going to be using the raspberry leaves that you sent me to help me quit smoking.
I'm super excited for you.
Yeah.
He's working on it. He's doing much better on his smoking.
And I have every intention of quitting. And hopefully the raspberry leaves will give me just the nudge that I need to, because I want to quit. I don't want to vape. I want to quit it all. So, that's my goal.
I'm rooting for you. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'll be so proud of you, Matt. They say that the only thing worse than a non-smoker is an ex-smoker. And you will ride your tail until you stop. You
want to know what's crazy? Is nowadays sitting for 4 consecutive hours or more is just as dangerous as smoking these days.
It is.
Being lazy. You should be more active.
Well,
I'm lazy today.
I traded in the cigarette for the chair, so I guess.
Isn't that crazy though? Like you wouldn't think like just 4 hours, but that kind of goes quick some days when you just want to be lazy and chill. Like I'm okay with it. Obviously, some days it's fine but every day.
My grandson lost 25% of his body weight in 4 weeks.
Oh, that's so crazy.
From laying around. So I understand, 4 hours of being lazy, just the amount of muscle mass it takes off of your legs to be laying around for weeks.
Yeah.
So, being active is always the number one thing to be healthy, they say. Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I'm not necessarily so active, but I'm standing a lot right now during school.
Alyssa May, are you talking about Celtic salt?
What?
She said Joe just got his teeth pulled and was using the salts, and you can see the little metal particles in the salt water. I don't think with the Celtic salt you can. Celtic salt is actually in the sea.
I'm not sure. Well, I forget what we were talking about.
I was reading a comment, sorry.
Anyway, Crystal.
I didn't mean to throw you off course. I was reading a comment in the comments.
Brain fart.
I know you
Happens
can.
to me all
Well,
the time.
the floor is yours now.
Sorry.
No, it's no problem at all. Uh,
What?
yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to jump into talking more about cayenne pepper. See, I tell you what, I like spicy food. I like pepper sauce. So cayenne pepper is right down my alley. It's something that we pretty much have on hand all the
All the
time.
time.
Nice.
But it is just really beneficial. It helps with gut health. It helps with blood pressure. It can help with blood sugar. It can help as a muscle strain reliever because, as Steve-O was saying early in the program, the active ingredients in almost all of your muscle rub is capsaicin. And that comes from your hot peppers. That's where pepper spray, bear spray, all of this stuff comes from. Now you can grind it up, make it into a poultice.
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 Poultice? I don't even know how you say it.
A poultice, or you could put it into a cream and make it into a cream. And rub it onto your the area of muscle ache or where it's hurting, and you can save a lot of money by making your own icy. Well, it's not icy hot, but like the Bengay or Sorbine Junior hot rubs.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Now be careful if you're using a poultice.
Poultice.
Because these peppers can blister you. So you want to be very, very careful on how much you're putting in and keep an eye on it.
Yeah, and if you're putting it on your skin, you want to make sure that you're not going to be touching your eyes, your lips, your butthole.
No. We used to have this stuff when I was in football and wrestling in high school. It was called a Kramer's Atomic Balm. And the trainer couldn't use his hand. He used a wooden spatula-like thing to put it on. So, he would never touch it. And I tell you, that stuff, it worked great, but boy, it was warm. But now, something else that you can whip up with some cayenne pepper, and since it's starting to become spring and soon to be summer, I know that we're starting to get ants and the critters are coming out. So take some cayenne pepper, water, and a little bit of dish soap, and mix it up into a solution, and this will drive away ants and flies.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little natural insect repellent that you can use.
So I joined a group on Facebook, and it's a really good one. And natural living for beginners, and I've been a member of that for probably a year now, and it's got about 87,000 members. But everybody in that group is all about natural remedies. So that's all they ask questions and post about. And so if you are ever curious or just want, it's a good group to go to. That's one to check out.
Well, I think for a future show, we should actually really, break down some of our favorite herbal remedies and show people how to make them.
Yeah.
For spring and summer stuff. So, maybe you can demonstrate putting your nettle tincture together and for people.
Today, I just haven't put it together yet.
Yeah.
Well, you were talking about it, but I don't think we got into what the benefits of this tincture is, other than a kind of an anti-allergen.
Yeah. So it's helps stimulate the blood flow, but it's really good for skin health, and it'll also help anyone who struggles with anemia because it's really high in iron. But yeah, I think the big thing for me is how quickly it helps relieve the sinuses and the allergy symptoms. And I put it under your tongue, a couple syringes full, like a typical tincture. It's
Right.
always helped me. Like,
No
works
kidding.
the quickest. So right along with Mullen, of course, that always will help too.
Now, I want to hear, how did you harvest your nettles?
With a glove. Because I was going to go grab it, and I'm like, wait a minute. I should probably grab a glove.
Yeah,
Mhm.
gloves, long
Yeah.
sleeves, pants.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
you
held
wanna
it
protect-
over the jar and scissors and chopped it in there. Because you want to chop it up, because when the alcohol gets put in, you want it to reach the whole surface area of the leaves. Pull out all that goodness.
Yeah.
Right
Well,
on.
tell me about wild lettuce.
I was wondering if you guys would say anything like that.
Yeah. Tell me
Yeah,
about
no,
wild lettuce.
I really like that for a pain remedy. I made a tincture with that as well. And it's basically nature's opium lettuce.
Oh.
Sesquiterpene, I think is how you say it. I can't remember. The compound that's in it, which is in the white milky substance when you crack open the stem. And that makes it like the really potent pain healing properties without the addictive qualities of opium. So,
Really?
yeah.
Well, no kidding. So that could be good for minor aches and pains.
Yeah. I use that. I even put some like in juice sometimes for the kids. Well, my daughter, she struggles with headaches a lot, and that helps her a ton.
Oh,
And
good.
yeah, I took it like, if my back hurts sometimes, like flare ups lately, especially since I'm like moving a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty impressed with how well it works. And no side effects, no warning label like ibuprofen and Tylenol and shit like that.
Right, no liver toxicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, people. I think as people become more re-educated about the wonderful world of herbal remedies, I think we're going to see more and more people at least giving it a try
Yeah.
and checking it out and seeing if it does work for them. But I think a lot of people, these weren't used over thousands of years
Right.
because it didn't work. They were used over thousands of years because they did work and they were effective.
Mhm.
So this is something to remember and maybe consider as an alternative.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm pretty convinced that the whole like the witch trials and all of that was really just healers, and they wanted to kill them off, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Like it down.
Well, that's happened. The witches and sorcerers and shaman have always scared people, and they've all been healers. You can't think of any of these people that were warlike. They all had their roots in natural medicine, and when the pagan religions were stomped out, because a lot of times they were also priests or medicine men, medicine women, shaman, and they wanted to kill out the whole tradition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's amazing the things that they've come up with over the last, let's say, 100 years. I mean, they even. Let me ask this. That reminds me. I wanted. What? I'll wait till after the song break to ask this question.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's good. We skipped the 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do our song break now, and then we'll come back. And I got a good question for both,
Cool.
all three of you. I bet you Matt would know something about this, maybe too. So. All right. So who do we got tonight? We got Raj Wax, and we've got No Stopping the Haze. It's Raj Wax and Big Chief. So enjoy, everybody.
I smoke when I want no pain. I blaze when I'm tired and drained. much of this shit can I take? Running for miles, stuck in my head for days. Feel like I'm trapped, there ain't no stopping the haze. There ain't no stopping the haze. Stay smoking. There ain't no stopping the haze. Ain't no stopping. There ain't no stopping the haze. Stay smoking. There ain't no stopping the haze. Ain't no stopping. There ain't no stopping the haze.
Podcast.com. 25 blunts on my dresser, yes sir. You know, bitch, ain't smoke nothing but that pressure. THC in my cup, now what's the question? What's the question? Hey, if it ain't about no money, there's no answer. Keep the trap jumping, JoJo dancer. About to break a bitch off, no romance, son. High as fuck, on these 10 toes I be standing. Cocky demanding, go calculating and spending shit. Getting money, blowing draw, and we're finna bitch. But what you thought, I'm a boss, yeah, you see the sauce. Now don't get caught in the drip, then just slip and fall. 420 and wax, yeah, you know it blaze. We getting high as fuck, stacking up these chips like Lay's. Turn my hurt into hustle for the pain I blaze. Hey.
I smoke when I want no pain. I blaze when I'm tired and drained. Nobody can stop this haze. The weed takes my fears away. And I swear that I won't change. Watch the time pass while I just smoke my day. Hiding from life, keep my eyes covered with shades. Stay in the house, I swear I won't leave you for days. There ain't no stopping the
Look, it says,
Hey, we're all.
There's no stopping the haze. The only thing about some R&B and rap songs is when they call women bitches, it just ain't. You know what I mean? It just ain't a good thing. It's not a good look on anybody, I think, to tell you the truth. But
I mean, time and place. Time and place.
song's got a great beat to it, though. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, if you're pulling her hair and slapping her butt, then those words are allowed.
Those are allowed as long as she says "okay," right?
Time and place, time and place.
Right.
Oh, I wanted to share one more book with everybody. The Old Farmer's Almanac. And this is the Old Farmer's Almanac book of home remedies or traditional remedies. The Old Farmer's Almanac, you cannot go wrong with it. They used to be able. You used to be able to pick them up anywhere and everywhere.
Now you have to go to a bookstore.
Yeah, now you have to go to the bookstore. And there's also another book out called The Witch's Almanac that's been around for years. And it's another one definitely check out.
Yeah. That sounds like a good book. So I have a question, and I think that it might be a really good one. Natural things instead of buying stuff. Okay, let's move a little to the left. Kind of a subtopic. What about women's makeup? How come there's no quote unquote natural or home way of that I know of using makeup instead of the harsh chemicals, the expensive makeups that they buy. And did you even know that like some of the ingredients that are in makeup are like stuff made that they extract from bugs and animals and all
Yeah,
kinds
that's
of things?
terrible.
Like there's a flavoring that comes from a beaver's butthole.
Oh my
I think
God.
I think it's
It's
not.
vanilla.
Oh,
What is
Lord.
it?
One form of vanilla comes from beaver balls.
That's what it is. Vanilla. It was vanilla extract flavoring. Yeah, or not real extract, but you know what
I need to know more about this.
Like, imitation vanilla.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Imitation.
All right.
vanilla.
That's
Yeah,
disgusting.
vanilla.
And who the hell was the
extract-
first one to decide that tasted like vanilla?
Who tasted it first?
Yeah,
Who tasted it
like,
first?
that's nasty.
You know, when you've been in the woods for months by yourself,
Let me just go like this animal's butt. I need some
Yeah.
flavor in my life.
Well, I suppose the first one to taste it was Papa Beaver. I'm sorry. That was so out of character for me to make such a.
No, but it was good. It was cute. It was cute. It was cute.
So now I'm wondering, because obviously, like, I do makeup, but I know that European standard makeup is technically better. I don't know how better it really is, but hopefully they don't use that kind of shit.
Right.
I'm not really too knowledgeable, I guess, in the makeup world. I just stopped buying it years and years ago, so I'm glad that I dodged that bullet. But
Yeah.
you know, there is healthy makeup out there. I can't remember what it's called, but again, it's like $50 for a damn eyeliner.
Right.
Ain't nobody got money for that.
Right.
So yeah,
Because I started thinking
I
about that
suppose it's
today.
plant-based.
Because Kelly's been buying eyeliner and the stuff that goes on your eyelashes.
Yeah,
And she talks about how she spent so much money on this that she just bought, and it's clumping all over the place. And she's like,
oh yeah,
"Why is the expensive stuff giving me worse, results?"
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I started thinking, I wonder if they make an all-natural alternative to pharmaceutical makeup.
They definitely do, but it's like an investment, honestly. Might as well take a mortgage out again.
Right. Just to fill a mail bag, when you're spending a whole
well,
paycheck.
what was that stuff that you used to like? Bare Essentials.
Bare Essentials, and
I mean,
it's expensive.
Like, it was like $75 for a small little jar.
Lord.
A jar like this was like $75.
And I don't wear makeup anymore. No, I wear a little bit of eyeliner. That's it. You know what I mean?
Like, I'll do obviously like fun looks on occasion, but it's just water-based paint. So I guess I should look into the ingredients a little bit more, guys. You got me thinking over here. I don't need no beaver butts on my face.
But now that's only if you buy imitation vanilla, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's not really makeup.
Like there was the color that they get for certain lipsticks come from certain beetles and things of that sort that they
That's
get
crazy.
the dyes from. Yeah.
But beetles, insects and plants have been used as natural dyes for thousands
of years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you start getting the artificial.
The purple berries would be great for some eyeshadow. Maybe, guys, maybe I'll do a reel of my makeup with natural plants out in the wild. That'd be kind of funny.
That would be cool.
That would be.
I might do that.
Popeye says that we're all beautiful without makeup. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, thanks. Of course, watch my face break out in hives, and then I'm like running back home.
Eyes swollen shut.
Yeah.
Wrong face swollen.
So I was looking through this list of natural remedies that I have, and it's a really good. It's pretty good. Some of them I don't agree with, but for the most part, I agree with a lot of them. And like, so actually this one is like for you because you were telling me that you were getting acne from the makeup. The very first thing on this list is how to treat acne as a home with a home remedy. And it says honey and turmeric.
Interesting. Never tried that before.
Dandelion,
I always use tea tree oil.
dandelion,
It says you can make a great pimple paste with honey and turmeric.
Super
Wow.
cool.
So that kind of goes along with your makeup thing because I remember over Halloween she was doing her makeup like every day and she was getting her
Yeah.
little pimples.
Ooh. That was rough.
That's probably just from clogged pores from the makeup.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
definitely.
Well, I don't want to
Yeah,
like
need to
read
break
this
everything
whole. There's a couple on this list that I think are pretty good that I think I want to share. Like, if you have anxiety, you should try catnip. A catnip tea,
Oh yeah, lemon balm is also great for it.
lemon balm. Yeah,
I don't know if you've heard of rhodiola rosea. I use that for like a natural antidepressant as well.
Mhm.
and of course back pain. They say white willow.
Mm.
dandelion tincture will also help eczema and acne.
Yeah, skin problems. Yeah,
Oh,
same with stinging nettle actually.
you said lemongrass oil. Lemongrass oil is also good for dandruff.
Mm, nice. Noise.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, I was a real stranger to any of these types of terms, any of this type of type of herbalism in any way, shape, or form until I met all of you guys the last couple years, and especially with Ashley. I mean, she's taught me so much. In fact, I've changed shit in my life just because of
Yay.
things that you've taught me.
I love hearing
Of
that.
course, I'm not perfect, and I should change a
Yeah,
whole
we
lot
all
more.
we all struggle still.
But learning this kind of stuff, especially, and then Crystal has so much knowledge herself about it. I mean, she rattles it off like that, all the time. So
When
Love
she's
it.
looking at her phone,
Well, no, I do. Like when I know we're going to do a show, I'll sit and read about it for an hour, 2 hours before we do a show. So even like the stuff that I know, I want to learn more. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, there's
like,
money plants out there.
and I can get lost. I made a list over here, and it's like I made a bunch of lists, and he's like, "You and your list."
Lists are good.
Kelly is a lister too, and it's
That's
got to
funny.
be
Well, I
handwritten.
was finding remedies on here that I didn't know. I just told Matt this one. For an earache or an ear infection, lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice in the ear.
That's funny. I thought you were gonna say mullein and garlic. Don't have to use antibiotics for kids' ear infections anymore because I have the mullein and garlic ear oil,
Really?
and it works
Right?
way faster than the antibiotics you get from the damn doctor. Way faster, like half
I
the
always,
time.
I always just use sweet oil
Hmm.
for
Sweet
earaches.
oil?
That's all I ever use. Sweet
What's
oil
sweet
or olive oil, like a light olive oil,
Okay.
and that's the best thing for an earache. It's a lot more natural than anything they're going to give
Yeah.
you to put in your ear at the doctor's
Right.
office.
and another good thing for earaches is tobacco smoke.
My
Because
grandma used to say that. Hmm.
Yep, tobacco smoke has been used in different things other than inhaling it.
Right?
Yeah.
using it for that. But yes, tobacco smoke can give you a
So-
nice relief
so
from
now-
an earache.
This remedy right here, like, affects me. Hot flashes, for
Mm.
those of us women of a certain age that are going through things. Sage iced tea.
Sage, you say?
That's got to be
For
an
hot-
interesting flavor.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know about. I might have to deal with the hot flashes and drink sage tea.
Right. Right.
And give me one. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, or I could have, abdominal distress after
So look,
drinking
here's
sage tea.
Here's what
Yeah,
all
I'll
you
probably
stoners
barf it
need to
up.
do. If your problem is memory loss, you're supposed to eat rosemary.
Yes.
I didn't know
Rosemary,
that.
baby. Yeah, it's great for memory recollection. Great for hair growth too.
Did you hear him? So bad.
Wasn't me.
He said, as long as it's okay with her.
Oh, I get it. That would slip right by me, bro. Yeah. What about white? What about
everybody? She hadn't opened up her big mouth.
Nobody
heard
I
me.
told on you.
what about white?
Nobody
vinegar?
heard.
For
I heard
cleaning
it's good.
things?
I heard it's for cleaning, right? But is it?
Yeah.
Do you eat it?
I mean,
Oh,
I mean, yeah. Have you ever had pickled eggs
Yeah.
you make
or
a
yeah, pickles and stuff. But as far as medicinal, I'd rather use the apple cider
vinegar is better
Yeah.
for you. Yeah.
Medicinally, okay. Because I was thinking, I know it's good at cleaning the living hell out of everything. White vinegar. So, yeah, apple cider
white.
is for health benefits, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, great for digestion. Add some
But,
lemon,
you said
cranberry juice.
Ashley, have you ever used vinegar as a tincture, as a
Yeah.
base instead of alcohol or oil? Okay.
Yeah,
But,
apple
you know,
cider
the-
vinegar. Specifically for Rhino, I did a thyme tincture to help with his bronchitis and asthma. And so obviously in recovery, you can't use alcohol tinctures. So apple cider vinegar is a great alternative. Still will pull out the medicinal properties. Still let it sit for 6 to 8 weeks. Does all the same stuff.
Nice.
Right on. But
As long
I
as
even
thank you
used
for
my
sharing.
homemade apple cider vinegar. It was pretty cool.
Oh, even better. Well, thank
Yeah.
you for sharing that, because I bet a lot of people didn't realize. And again, if you are recovering and don't want to use anything with alcohol, like our friend
Rhino. Rhino.
Rhino, yeah. But
Dandelion, baby.
anyway, yeah, it's a great alternative to alcohol.
Yeah, and you can use that same thing with your cannabis tinctures as well.
So cleansing the liver, Shane wants to know what's the best way. Is that why you were holding that up?
Yeah, the dandelion. That's great for detoxing.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure burdock root is too. I don't know if you know what that looks like though, but just look up greater burdock and then you'll find it.
Another good thing that a lot of people don't realize is, like, all these people are doing ivermectin right now for a cleanse or deworming and stuff like that. You can do that naturally by eating pumpkin seeds and stuff of that matter. You don't have to have any of these pharmaceuticals to detox yourself, to do, to deworm or to, you know what I mean? Pumpkin seed. There's a few other ones. Pumpkin seeds are
Black walnut.
well known. Yeah. Yeah. Black walnut's good.
Great way to
so those are
natural
all-
parasite cleanses that you should be doing it every 6 months. And you know what's crazy? If you guys all do decide to do a parasite cleanse, which I do highly recommend, you'll get sick if you have parasites, which is kind of nasty, but at least you're getting rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You'll get kind of nauseous and feel like you'll have the flu for a few days, but just keep taking it. And after you get that hump, you'll feel good. And then take the dandelion and detox and start over.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. That is a great spring idea, Ashley. I think
clean out.
I think I'm gonna do a spring
Absolutely.
clean out.
So now, when you make your dandelion, did you just use for your tincture? Did you use the whole flower or just the stems and okay?
Yep,
I was just curious. I know a lot of people are making dandelion everything right now.
Yeah,
Mhm. I know it's springtime season for dandelions.
But you can use the root and the leaves.
The best time to harvest dandelion root is in the fall. The spring flowers and greens and all are fantastic, but wait to harvest the root until the fall, and that's when you're gonna get the best root properties.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, like when I'm loading up my my diffuser right now, and lavender can bring down depression and anxiety and everything else if you have lavender around, whether it be in a diffuser or whether it just be, real lavender,
Or fresh lavender.
Lavender is fresh.
Yeah. No, we have a stand of lavender that we're growing.
That was part of your tea garden that you're going to keep adding to.
Cool. I love it.
Absolutely.
Go on, lavender.
And girls like to mix lavender with their cannabis and smoke it.
Yeah, it's
Lavender
in the
flower.
sweet blend too.
Yeah.
It makes it smell nice and lovely.
This is kind of off topic, but I just want to. I finally figured out what I'm going to do around the patio this year. We're going to do the pizza in the bag,
Yeah,
and then I'm going to do a salsa garden
around the patio.
Around the patio. So the peppers, onions, tomatoes, cilantro, all right there. So all we have to do is walk out the patio,
Pluck it up there.
and pick it up, bring it in, and we'll have fresh salsa.
My chives are getting those blooms. I went up today and my chives have blooms on them. They look beautiful. They're getting ready to flower and be all pretty.
Yeah.
I love garden season. It boosts the mood. You get over the winter slumps.
Right?
Yes.
Well, we had a huge garden out at the end of the yard, and the neighbor's goats kind of devoured a whole section of it. So we haven't
Yeah,
planted a
that's
garden out because of the goats.
Yeah, they got through the fence and got into the garden.
Animals thinking
So
it's
this-
all for them.
So we're doing it around the patio this year. We're not doing it out in the garden.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It'll look good too. Nice and inviting. Fresh veggies.
Right?
Well, we're going to have the veggies through there. I think I'm still going to put maybe some gourd types of stuff, cucumbers, zucchinis.
Yeah, get like a
pumpkin.
metal panel or something for it to grow up. Or do like one of those archways.
Yeah, I have the fence going all the way around it, and it'll go up. We grew birdseed gourds one year, and they climbed up into the trees.
I was out there with tree cutters and fishing baskets trying to catch the gourds as I cut them out of the trees.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Those are great to grow because they make good bird houses, or if you want an old-fashioned...
you can make bowls, you can make anything out of them.
Dipping spoons, bowls, all kinds of cool stuff out of gourds.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Yeah, I remember
Birds
making
love
them,
them.
letting them dry out, and then you make or cut the little hole out.
Yeah.
Bird houses. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, the birds love them here.
Yeah, we'd stack them up in a pile in the attic of the bar of the garage, and let them dry out up there.
Because it's so hot and dry that they would just dry just about
So many things
perfectly.
to create.
It's perfect.
Love it. Is it time for
It looks like we're
special
we're about
ending?
Well, I just want to say that I think that tonight's episode was a real good one so far. We definitely talked about a lot of different things, and I learned a lot. I know I did. I learned a lot, not only in my research, but I learned from you guys tonight as well, and
Same,
from the people in the comments too, chiming in tonight. So that's wonderful. But yeah,
Yeah. I just
but
kinda shoot from
thanks
the-
to
So we don't.
thanks to
You can't eat the birdhouse gourd. That's what Craig was asking.
Mm-mm.
They're not.
They're ornamental.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're ornamental, but there's a bunch of cool stuff you can do with them.
Yeah.
oh okay.
In fact, there's a whole book on gourd craft. I
We
know
have one.
we have it.
Yeah.
Is gourds are very, very hard to carve. I've tried cutting into them,
Yeah.
like pumpkin kind of gourds. Like we had giant ones that we grew. Holy shit!
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like concrete. It is so hard. You might as well get a damn chainsaw. They're really hard to cut through. And I sliced my finger open, and I'm pretty sure I cut my tendon almost all the way.
Oh,
Comfrey,
That was
Comfrey.
that was this past October, and it's still not all the way healed. So I definitely fucked it up. But I can still move my fingers, so I'm grateful. Fuck gourds, no.
the attack of the four gourds.
So there,
Yeah.
garlic and honey can be used to heal just about anything. And I've noticed that we've kind of gotten away from those.
Natural.
Very antibacterial too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Natural honey, because if you yeah, but yeah, natural. You want the natural honey.
The natural local honey.
Yes.
But garlic and honey can be used to help with a lot of our different ailments. And garlic, I think garlic is one of our most underutilized. I guess it's considered a root vegetable.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Is it?
So,
I mean,
and I think we underutilize garlic for a lot of things. And you have to be careful with garlic around your pets. But some of the things that you use, like you were saying, that the garlic for the ear infection, it can also be used the same way for pets for ear mites. They say dogs and cats, keep garlic away from them, but if you do the research, using a garlic and olive oil blend in their ears is the best natural way to get rid of ear mites and ear infections in cats and dogs as well.
Yep.
And garlic's great for the flu, for cold, for just about anything. And I don't think that we use garlic enough.
Yeah, and you can make it super tasty. Like you can get pickled garlic or even like almost candied garlic. So you can eat them, pop 5 of them in your belly, and it's like candy, and it's really doing medicinal properties. There's even a chili cayenne pepper, like spicy sriracha garlic, and it's really good, and that all is going to add some more healing too, as we've learned.
Yeah.
Like I said, the more spices, the better. The more plants, the better.
Yeah.
Oh, one property of cayenne pepper that I didn't mention because I didn't think I needed to. It's a great decongestant.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So
yeah,
it'll
open it up real quick.
Oh, absolutely.
Might burn a little.
Absolutely.
So be careful.
Oh, just let me fix you a bowl of chili. I'll open up your sinuses.
One of the good things about cayenne pepper is they tell people people who have had heart attacks or who have issues with clogged arteries. Cayenne pepper is one of the things that can stop a heart attack. Mm-hmm. The reason being, it opens all of your blood vessels.
Yeah. And I think, obviously I always like to say consistency too, staying away from things that contribute to inflammation and eating more varieties. So that way, again, all these antioxidants and all these plants we're talking about, it's going to help all the oxidative stress from all the shit we intake. And even anything really.
And, our packaged food is just terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And cook at home, grow your own vegetables.
That's right.
Eat
as much as you can.
that more. Yeah.
I mean, even dried macaroni.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of the home remedies. Did you know that you're supposed to use like cooking water or pasta water to cure diarrhea? I wasn't aware of that. I don't know why. Something with the starch. Old home remedies.
Gluten is sure to clog anyone up. So I can imagine.
Well, there's your answer.
Right.
Well, it looks like we're running into the time where we like to do a little segment here on the Groove Train that we call Stoned or Stupid, where you get to decide whether or not these idiots are just plain stupid or are they just stoned people that just made bad mistakes. But tonight we've got we're going to do it a little differently. I actually got something to show you guys coming right up after this. Now this week, instead of just reading it to you, I would like to share this with you thanks to the courtesy of Mama Rochi herself, who figured this one out for us. But a man paid $150 for toy poodles that ended up actually being huge ferrets. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is, bring this up on screen, I should say, is to show you the pictures. Now, a man recently discovered the two extremely cheap toy poodles he had purchased at Argentina's largest bazaar were actually ferrets, two huge white ferrets. Now, this is a picture of a toy poodle who's grown, of course, and then this is a picture of the baby toy poodle.
That's crazy.
And it's actually, that's pretty funny. Now, let me read this to you. Now, here's a regular ferret. Okay,
Right,
so
they were pretty damn fluffy.
Yeah, they're pretty fluffy.
It looks like a
That
poodle.
tresemme.
I mean, it's crazy. Look at the size of the tail on that thing. But anyway, a man took his two new pets to a vet. I was going to say vegetarian, to get their shots. The vet then revealed that his toy poodles were actually ferrets that had been given steroids since birth to make them look like poodles. Those poor ferrets. The undercover ferrets were purchased at La Salada, one of Argentina's largest markets. Benevidos, everybody, come get your toy poodles. A local news station looked into the story and discovered that other customers have had similar experiences buying what they thought were dogs that were actually huge ferrets. So if you're ever traveling shopping in Argentina, just remember the animal on the left here is a dog, and the animal on the right is a ferret.
So funny.
I mean, seriously though, you look at those pictures.
I mean, if you do a quick glance, sure, I guess.
Here, let me bring this one back here. This one shows them both.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I don't know. I had a ferret. It was one of the bandit ferrets. But I think the difference between like the black nose and the dog's eyes and the ferret's pink nose and their beady little eyes. I mean, I guess if you were thinking it was a poodle, you could see it as a poodle. And especially if it's been given steroids since birth, it was stoned and stupid.
Right.
Anyone
The guy that's given steroids to baby ferrets to make them look like poodles is stupid. And the person that looked and, I think they might have been stoned.
They were stoned.
Yeah.
Definitely stoned. But have you seen Lilo and Stitch? Like that is like comparing Stitch to a dog, like they tried to do in the movie. Clear difference.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, who are we judging here? Are we judging the person who bought the ferrets here?
Yeah, definitely.
Or are we judging the people who had the? Yeah, go ahead.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, the seller is definitely stupid, but the buyer was definitely stoned.
Oh yeah.
I can almost give the buyer a pass because if they were presented as poodles, I could see somebody that's not familiar really with poodles that wants a dog at $120. That's reasonable. And if they think they're getting a puppy, maybe I could give the buyer a little bit of a pass.
I
But
still say they're stoned.
I'm not giving the breeder any pass, whatever.
Well,
That's
if
funny.
you've ever seen a ferret run around, you would know that was a ferret. The
Right,
second that thing
yeah.
started moving, hop, 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 hop.
It's just
Yeah.
an excited puppy.
Right.
Yes, especially when it's climbing up your curtains and
Right.
anywhere else it can get to.
That's funny.
I have to say, stoned and stupid.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You kind of can't blame it on just one in this situation.
No, no.
All right.
So in
Well,
the future,
hey.
if anybody ever has any ideas for an article that you see for Stoned or Stupid and you want to have it presented here on the show, just hit one of us up and send us the article and we'll check it out. And if deemed worthy, we'll bring it up on the show and give you credit for it. So send us your stories if you find some, everybody.
Yes. That's awesome. Well, I guess that's the end of this awesome Groove Train episode. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Choo choo, all aboard. We've reached
We'll
our
see you next
destination. Same time, same groove. We want to
Same
go
time.
over where to find us all at. Steve-O, you can go first.
All right. You can catch me on the NOK Network on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the IWK 710 Daily Session. Then directly after at 8 p.m. is Peace News and Views with me and Kim Cooper, where we have an interview show where we interview people from all over the cannabis community, especially, and get those stories out to you. And then, of course, Friday nights here on the Groove Train. Choo-choo!
What about you guys?
Well, you can find us on Thursday nights on the NOK Network with Thursday Night Vibes with me and Master Rochi at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. You can also find us right here on Friday nights with you beautiful people on the Groove Train.
And on Thursday night, we're going to continue the herbal conversation with magical herbs. So we've talked about all of the health properties of herbs tonight. So join us on Thursday night to talk about some of the more mystical properties of some of the same herbs.
That's exciting. I'm excited
Sounds
to see
fun.
that one. Yeah.
Right?
Well, awesome.
And you can find all of our wonderful products on www.masterrochesgarden.com.
Boom.
Boom, baby. All right, I guess it's my turn. Obviously, Friday nights at 9. Come join us on the Groove Train. And Sundays, the IWK Sash at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come join my homesteading life. Come together slowly, one day at a time. Also talking about all things nutrition and herbal love, of course. And on Tuesdays at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, Rasta Rhino and I with our health and homesteading show, talking about both of our journeys and the process it takes. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us on the Groove Train. Come join us again, same time, same groove. Peace.
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 Love and good vibes, my friends.
See you next week. Same time, same groove.
Oh yeah, we stepping off the groove train. Ride was fly. Ooh yeah, snapping fingers, tapping toes, we touching the sky. You tuned in, zoned in, we felt the love like a rocket ship, a rhythm taking off above. Thank you for watching us groove. You got the funk fever, can't help but move. We see you there, smiling in the zone, together in the rhythm. You ain't alone. Ow! Mic in hand, dream. Dreaming big rhythms, living the dream. Your support fuels the engine, heels hitting the floor. Groove train riding on.